Now let us move on to typecasting and its need. So here we will understand this concept first in IPython console. Here we are back to the console to understand what is typecasting. We know that typecasting is converting one data type to the another. So let us assign the value to a variable first. So we have taken a variable num and we have assigned 100 to it. Now if you want to check the type of data that num holds, you will simply write type num and it will print that it holds integer type value or integer type data. Now what we will do is we will take the input from the keyboard and we will assign it to a variable, say a. So as soon as you will press enter, a message will be displayed which says enter a value. So let us say I have entered 12. Now let us check the type of value the variable a holds. So you will write type within brackets the variable, that is a, and if you will press enter, you will see that your a holds string value, not an integer value, which is the case when you have assigned an integer value to a variable. So why does it happen? That is, you have assigned 12, which is an integer value, but when you performed its type checking, it says it is a string. Now this happens because whatever input you take in Python always accepts the input in form of string. Now if you want that the Python accepts the correct form of data rather than string, then after taking an input, what you have to do is you have to apply typecasting. That is, you have to explicitly apply type conversion. So how will you do it? Well, we will convert it by applying the specific data type while feeding the value to the variable. So let us take an example where we will feed 10 to the variable b by taking input from the keyboard. Now what we have to do is, if you want that your variable returns the exact data type, you need to apply type conversion. That is, here we will use int before the input and within brackets we will put the input statement. So what it will do, it will take the input in the form of string and then it will convert that input to the integer value. So let us say we entered a value 10, and now if you want to check which data type b points to, you will simply write type within brackets b and then press enter. Now it will return that b points to int type rather than string, because what you have done is you have applied int type conversion in the above statement, which will convert your value, which is 10, into integer type. Now let's move on to write a program where we will enter two values 10 and 24 and print their sum. And in this program we will not use typecasting, and we will see what will be the output and why does it happens. So what we are doing here is we are feeding the first number to the variable num1, and then we will press enter, and then we will feed the second number, which is 24, to the variable num2. Now what happens is, as soon as the line number 5 execute, it will add these two numbers, that is 10 and 24, and the result 1024 will be printed. Now you may wonder that why it happens, why you are getting 1024 instead of 34. It happens because whatever input is given to Python through the keyboard, it is always considered as a string. And here, in spite of addition, concatenation takes place. That is, here the second string is attached to the first one. Now if you really want that your program displays the correct result, that is 34 instead of 1024, you have to apply typecasting while taking the input from the keyboard. That is, here we will convert the first value and the second value to its correct form, which is an integer. Now let us take the same program, that is, here we will enter the two values 10 and 24, and we will print their sum. Now here we will use the concept of typecasting, and here we will see how the output changes when typecasting is applied. So here we have rewritten our previous program. Now observe the changes in the two. Here is the current program and here is your previous program. So as you can see, what we did is, in our current program we used int function to convert our input to integer type. Now what will happen is, the value which you will feed to num1 or num2 will be converted to integer type data, and when the interpreter will perform the summation of these two numbers, that is num1 and num2, the output that you are going to see this time will be different. Now here the output is 34 instead of 1024. Why this happens? Because what we did here is we converted the string type input to integer type, and when the summation is performed, it displays the correct result. So by looking at the example, we can say that we need typecasting because we want our program to run perfectly, or we may say that we want that our program should display correct result. Well, that's all for today. We will meet again in the next lecture. Till then, take a very good care of yourself and bye bye.